Black Mirror Season 2 is again created and written by Charlie Brooker. It stars Domhnall Gleeson, Hayley Atwell, Lenora Critchlow, Michael Smiley, Tuppence Middleton, Daniel Rigby, John Hamm and Rafe Spall. As you guys know from my previous review, Black Mirror, sci-fi, drama, anthology, technology is ruining our lives. And I enjoyed the first season quite a bit. So because of that, and because I'm completely out of ideas, we're back. Season 2, let's go. The first episode, Be Right Back, is about a woman whose boyfriend is killed in a car crash, so she signs up for an experimental service, which is always a good idea when they refer to it as a service, that at first replicates his texting and speech patterns over the phone by scanning his social media and call history, and then she gets the option to take it a step further, and I won't say what that is, because I think it would be better if you just found out yourself. And it's one of the most depressing 49 minutes of TV I've ever seen. The brief time we get to see Martha with Ash is, well, brief, but it also perfectly sums up everything about Ash, so you feel like you know him as well as Martha did. And, when she signs up for this service, it really only makes the gap in her life more obvious, because it's just not Ash. It can sound like him, talk like him, all at once, but it's just not him. And this just that hollow feeling, it's brilliantly portrayed by Hayley Atwell and Domhnall Gleeson, who plays the real Ash and voices the calling system and all that. It's very deadpan, almost to the point of becoming comedy at times, it's a strange mix, but it really works, I think. But every little intricacy of the characters is made obvious pretty quickly, and I don't know, it just does such a great job setting up characters so that it doesn't waste time, and it makes you wonder about death and grief and all these things, and yeah, but I don't want to say any more than that. You just need to watch it. And the only thing I would say I don't like about this episode is the ending. It's certainly going to be divisive, but I think it didn't quite wrap things up in any meaningful way. I don't know, to me it felt like it wanted to have its cake and eat it too. Like it was going, well, it could be like this, but what if it was actually like this? Which, I don't know, I just felt it was kind of a cop-out. Great episode, though. Best in the series up until now, I think. And I'm going to give Be Right Back a 9 out of 10. And on a little side note, I also really like the music in this episode. It's haunting, but strangely calming as well. It's fitting. The next episode, White Bear, was just as good, if not better. It starts out being a bit run-of-the-mill, cut and dry in any other phrases you can think of for mediocre. But by the time they reveal what's actually been going on, I'd say it becomes genius. Yeah, actual genius. You think it's a pretty typical zombie apocalypse type thing. Woman wakes up not knowing who she is, discovers strange shit all over the place, and nearly everyone around her either wants to kill her or film her on their phones. And that's all I'm going to say, again, because you just need to experience it. But because I'd say this episode manages to be the best of the series from a satirical standpoint, because it does so much without feeling crammed in or awkward, or like it's not really commenting on anything. Like you could say it's a critique on mob mentality, the justice system, violence being glorified as entertainment, just all sorts of stuff. Performances great as ever. Music in this one's also pretty great. Yeah, it feels to me like the episode of a show that has the most to say overall, and it might just be my favourite episode of the entire show, although I can't really overlook that it was a bit boring at first. So I'm going to give White Bear a 9 out of 10 too. Next episode is also about bears. We continue the theme, but, when your theme is bears, it's not exactly something a good, an interesting theme or anything. The Waldo moment is about a failing comedian who voices a cartoon bear called Waldo that becomes incredibly popular after a guest appearance on a TV show, so he gets his own show, and the showrunners decided it would be a great idea to have Waldo run for office. Yeah, this all sounds a bit stupid, doesn't it? Well, that's because it is. It makes no fucking sense. Black Mirror is at its best when it straddles the line between plausible and ridiculous. That's a quote I nicked from someone. I don't remember who. I just remember reading that somewhere. So, yep, whoever that was. But this episode, it just goes way too far into ridiculous. Well, that's what I would have said before the current president became the current president. Because, I'm not a social commenter myself, but you'd be hard-pressed to not see the similarities between this episode and Trump's actual presidential campaign. So, yeah, it's a bit weird reviewing it today. I feel like Charlie Brooker maybe understands politics better than most critics thought back in 2013. So, it doesn't make as little sense as I would have thought back in 2013. Well, actually no, because I would have been 12 then, so you get the point. But it's still a bit of a broad comparison to make between a real human being, or Oompa Loompa, or whatever he is, running for office, and a blue foul-mouthed cartoon bear running for office to be taken seriously. And plus, the ending was just fucking stupid. I get what they're trying to say, but for me, the characters are too boring, and the overall premises are just too stupid for me to really buy it. So I'm going to give the Waldo moment a 4 out of 10. The final episode is a Christmas special, and this is going up on Christmas. That's interesting. And you'd think that the words Black Mirror and the words Christmas special would go together about as well as the words slug and porridge, but you would be wrong. This one, White Christmas, is about two guys stationed in a hut that are starting to tell each other stories of their lives and why and how they both ended up there, and naturally how their technology fucked everything up. And at first, it feels a bit jumbled up to me, at first, but as usual, it's really well acted, and unlike the previous episode, it feels mostly plausible, and really scary, considering the tech in this one. And you start to realise how all the stories are really connected and what it means for the two protagonists. It all falls into place in a very satisfying way. But again, I can't really say more about it than that. It just... yeah. It has the scariest concept the show's ever come up with up to this point. It's brilliantly acted, well written despite the slow and confusing start. So I'm going to give White Christmas an 8 out of 10. I'm going to give Season 2 of Black Mirror an 8 out of 10 also. Overall, I think it's better than the first season, Waldo will know, and does a really good job building on and improving what was already great about the first season. Now, I suppose now we got to have the talk. I'm well aware it's been a hot minute since I uploaded a video. 4 months, I think. Yeah, and I'm sorry about that. It's been ages, but basically the coursework season rolled around at school is what happened, and I just didn't have time for any of this. Is the simple answer. I tried. It's fine now. I've been writing again, and this is going up because I've nearly finished now. And once about a few weeks after Christmas holidays, I should be back on track of writing and recording these. But yeah, sorry about that. That's the only explanation I can really give. It's just as simple as that. So yeah, hopefully I should get back on track a bit in the coming months. And yeah. Oh yeah, and also I have an IMDB account now. If you want to check that out, see my ratings for everything I've reviewed. Including some changes to films that I think I might have been a bit too nice on. I won't say which ones, but yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's just TheCorniestLemur, same as my YouTube, if you want to check that out. And yeah, I'm sorry for the lack of videos, but it's slowing down now. We should be okay. Back on schedule pretty soon. So yeah, hope you can forgive me for that. So yeah, we'll be alright soon, hopefully. Yeah, so have you seen Black Mirror Season 2? What did you think of it? Or what's your own concept for Black Mirror? What's the scariest piece of tech you could imagine that you think is plausible? Let me know how sick-minded you all really are. Whatever it is, let me know. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.